Adam and Jess, buenos dias. Today I'm going to talk about renting a car in Albania. Now, I'm not saying this, nor am I making this video to claim that this is how it is throughout the whole country when you come and you want to rent a car, right? I decided to rent a car to head from Vlora to Saranda in Albania, and then visit two other cities while I was there because they were close by. And I'll write the name of them because I don't want to kill them, but it was an amazing trip. The road, it was a smooth ride, not that hard. You know, you put in a GPS, it's a smooth ride. One thing I've noticed in Albania, there's no traffic lights, none. I haven't been to Tirana, but so I don't know if they have traffic lights there. I would think they do. From what I hear, it's real busy, a lot of traffic. But I noticed here in Vlora and heading down to Saranda and visiting the other two cities, no traffic lights here, a lot of roundabouts. But I think in the United States, y'all make it more complex than what it is. It's just get in there, get in and get out, you know. But anyways, renting a car. I'm gonna tell you the story that happened to me. I went to this location where it says rent a car. I said I want to rent a car on Monday. I went ahead of time because I thought it would let me go ahead of time. And he said, no, come back on Monday, the day you leave. I said, oh, okay, bet. So I go the day I'm going to leave and say, I want the cheapest car you have. And let me tell you, he sure did give me the cheapest car. I feel, until this day, I really feel like he gave me his uncle's car, I don't know, his father's car. It was a junky Ford. I hate Ford. If you drive a Ford, you should never drive those cars. They're horrible. But anyways, and it was dirty. It wasn't like, you know, you go rent a car, it should be clean inside and out, right? And then so then they'll charge you like $5 for them to clean it, right? If you bring it back dirty, right? But I know this car, you was not gonna charge me $5. You gave it to me dirty. So the main thing you do is you do a video, because when he goes to take you to the car, he'll take pictures. You should also do a complete video around your car, inside the car. Take a picture of the gas tank as he gives it to you, because he wants it, you return it with that much gas. So then, you know, you have to give a deposit, right? And what I did was I didn't give the deposit, but I did pay for 3 days. Mind you, I was gonna have it from Monday to Thursday, right? So when we go to the car, it's a stick shift. I don't mind. I love driving a stick shift. I learned how to drive a stick shift in Puerto Rico with my grandpa and my stepdad. And then I cannot complain about the drive. It was great. But this is the thing, right? So be specific, right? I am not bashing the place for that. You know, I should have been more specific if I wanted an automatic. So you gotta ask a lot of questions. You gotta be like, yeah, I want the most economical, the cheapest car you have, but make sure it's automatic, right? Especially if you don't drive a stick shift, right? So that was my bad. But it turned out for the best for me because I love stick shifts. I really do. So this video is not to bash the rental place at all. That is not what it is. So anyways, so I get the car, and you know, it drives good and stuff, and it gets me to point A to point B, no problem. As soon as I enter Sarana, I get pulled over for no seatbelt. The cops here are very nice, not aggressive, nothing of like with the hand in the gun, and I felt like you know, my life was gonna be, that was it for me. I was gonna get yanked out of the driver's seat and stuff like that. So no, that is not what happened. So but they issued me the ticket for the no seatbelt, and if you pay early within those 15 days, it's half the price. So I had to pay 30 euros, which it turns out to be, I think, US dollars, like, I don't know the conversion and stuff like that. But you know, it wasn't a $5-10 ticket for sure. It wasn't. But it's crazy how if you pay it early before the 15, you know, those 15 days, you pay half. And then the places you can go is, you could go to a Western, you know, thing, or you could go to a postal office, you could go to a bank to pay these tickets. So that's pretty different, and there's no like going to the courts or going, you know, how you do back in your country in the US. So anyways, I get to the place. Sarana is absolutely beautiful. I'm glad I don't live there. It's, to me, is a place to go, enjoy, and then leave. That was for me. It just wasn't for me. And then the other two places, oh my God, absolutely, because it was low season of tourists, it was perfect. I went to this one beach where, you know, I took a picture of the hand. It's very famous spot. People go take pictures. You sit in the hand and take a picture of you. I had that, and there's a tiny beach. It is not a big beach. It's really small, but I had it all to myself. So I let my dog out. He had the zoomies. Totally enjoyed himself. I went to another beach, and the same thing. It was just like a ghost town, but it was perfect. Then as I'm driving, the light goes on, and you know, I can't read Albanian, but it's not good. I understood one word. It says important. So this had to be done. So it was like a check engine kind of thing that had to be checked. Is important, emergency. Because at first I thought I had the emergency brakes down, but I didn't. You know, because your car with a stick shift, you will feel if you have your emergency brake like not all the way down. So I was like, man, I hope this car makes it all the way back and stuff. So anyways, I'm enjoying, you know, driving around during the day, because I don't really feel comfortable driving at night because I don't know the area, and I was looking, it's not well lit. So I was like, so on the Thursday, heading back, I needed to have the car to him at 10 o'clock because that was the time I picked it up. So on my way in, down, there was another checkpoint. There was a checkpoint, and I got pulled over. They told me to, pull to the side, and he asked for my license, and I left my license in the rental car place. So anyways, he goes, okay, no problem. Once again, the cops, amazing. A 10 out of 10. Real nice, real calm. He's like, okay, no problem. He goes, well, give me the the papeles, you know, and he spoke English, you know, and I used Google Translate, but he was like, no, I speak English. And so I was like, okay, no problem. And then I gave him the paper, and he asked, where's the papers for the tinted windows? I said, look, I just rent this car, and I show him the rental paperwork that I rented, and things, and he goes, well, call the rental place. So I called the rental place, I gave him my phone, and he started talking to the guy. He hung up, gave the phone back. I had a picture of my license, and I showed it to him, and so he says, I'm gonna write a ticket, not for you, relax, because I was like, oh, but it's not. I quickly was like, oh, wait, this is not my car. But he was so nice. He was like, no, you don't pay. You give this to the rental place. And I was like, what? I mean, imagine you renting your car at Hearst, and you coming back to Hearst to return your car. You hand the key and you go, oh, by the way, here's a ticket for you. From the police to you. I don't know, y'all two talk it out. So anyways, I was like, okay, it's not for me, it's not for me. So so he writes a ticket for the tinted windows. Mind you, I didn't even know about the tinted windows because I don't sit in the back seat. I knew that the two front windows did not have a tint window. They weren't tinted. So I didn't pay attention to the back. So please, if you rent a car and it has tinted windows, please ask that company or the person that is working with you, do they got paperwork for those tinted windows? Is it legal? Is it gonna be okay? Because you'll never know. There might be a checkpoint. You might be going fast. You might be, I don't know, you might not have your seatbelt on. I don't know what reason the cop will stop you, right? And then, but mind you, you rented a car, so you just don't want to be inconvenienced. The point was, I didn't want to be inconvenienced by the police, you know, because I needed to get to the place at 10 o'clock, and I was running very tight. Like, I was going to get to the place exactly at 10. Like, I probably would have been late, like 3 minutes. It would have been 10:03. But anyways, so please, that's why I'm doing this video. If you're in Albania, I did not know. So anyways, he gives me the ticket, and he reminds me again, you give that ticket to the guy, you don't pay it. I said, say no further. You don't have to repeat it. You said, I don't pay? Bet. We got it. But then I was like stressing because I was like, damn, I'm late. And I don't like to be late. It's the military in me. You tell me be here at 10, I want to be there at 9:45. It's the military in me. So I get a text from the guy. He goes, you gonna make it at 10? I was like, no, I got stopped. Like, I'm gonna be there at 10:30. He goes, oh, well, all right, well then stop at the office at 11:30, and stuff. So one thing you gotta learn about Albania is, if they set a time, it's really not that time. Nope, it's not. It's not gonna be 11:30. So take your time, don't rush, and don't rush him. I'm in this country. That's how they run things. So I'm gonna do it the way it's done here in Albania. But once again, I'm military. It's embedded in me for so many years. So I still get there early. I park the car. I said, I'm in Albania. I know he's not gonna be here. I'm gonna go walk around, eat. About like 12 o'clock, I text him and say, hey, I'm already here, you know, whatever. And he goes, okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes. He was there in 5 minutes. Showed up at 12:05 around that time. And he goes, okay, key? And I gave him the key. I thought he was gonna go see the car. I was gonna tell him about that check engine light. And he was like, key? So I gave him the key, and then I said, oh wait, here's the ticket. He took the ticket, the key, and I thought, remember, I paid for 3 days. I didn't pay for Thursday. So I figured, I was like, that's it? He goes, nope, that's it. Have a good one. Bye. He just like, bye, take care, bye. And I was like, okay. And that was it. I gave him the key, the ticket, and I left. Would I go back to him? No. But I'm not gonna put his information. I'm not gonna do that. But it's a learning experience, right? For the next time that I rent, because I will be renting again, because I want to explore. I want to go to different parts of Albania. Yeah, you could have taken a bus to Sarana, and then, you know, or rented a taxi to stop at these other locations. But the beauty of renting the car is just driving, and whenever you want to pull, you could pull over, right? You pull over and look over a cliff and just take your time enjoying the beauty of the mountains and the Mediterranean Sea, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It was a beautiful ride, surrounded by tons of mountains. There was no tolls. The driving was, like I said, smooth. Other cars, if you were going slow, they weren't like riding on you like you guys do in your country in the US. They ride right behind you, you know, beep the horn, or when they pass you, they stare at you. They do none of that. They pass you, and they keep on going. You going slow, no problem. We just drive around you. That's it. Simple. So that was it. I just wanted to share that experience. So if you ever come to Albania on vacation, or you're planning to escape the USA, and this is where you want to come to, and you want to rent a car, don't be afraid to rent it and go drive. I mean, the roads are pretty much good, you know. But if you don't, then you travel how you feel comfortable for you. Me, I love exploring on my own. I don't like sitting in a bus for too long, surrounded by, no. I like to do my thing my own way. So anyways, Feliminderi, thank you. Muchas gracias for watching the video. Thank you for liking or not liking. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to learn little words here and there. So once again, Feliminderi, Miru Passion. I hope I pronounced that right. That was thank you. Goodbye. Oh, bye.